Namaste, angels. This will be the weekly love reading for the period of Sunday, May 6th through Saturday, May 12th. And I'm going to begin with an opening message from my Journey of Love Oracle by Alana Fairchild, Razuli, and Richard Cohn, to the three of them in partnership. It is card number 60, Riding the Cosmic Wave. I don't think I've ever read this one before. Here we go. You can be carried further by the cosmic wave than by your own efforts. Where you're going cannot be attained by effort. The effort, the discipline, prepares us for the leap. But after the leap, we are no longer sustained by our efforts, but by forces greater than us, the forces of love itself. You are stepping toward the edge, preparing to leap and to let the cosmic wave of love carry you forward. You shall be moved through grace into the new world that's awaiting you. This oracle brings a message. There is a time to work hard and a time to allow the fruits of one's labor to manifest, when one may be carried by forces set in motion, by the energy of life itself. You can let go and move further, reach farther with less effort. Now is the time to give yourself permission to stop paddling and to instead just ride the wave. Give in, let go, and be moved. And that was from page 137 equals 11, by the way. I have suffered some kind of fingernail injury. I must have bumped my thumb, and it's, I don't know, it feels weird and kind of sore. So we'll see how this goes, how I'm able to shuffle and all that kind of stuff. I'm just thinking about this now. I'm going to the dice beginning with sex. No. And by shoes. 29 was also staring me in my face. Spiritual partnership. Spirit says it's 50-50. Stay in bed. Maybe after the sex from before. And eat cake, which may also be involved, but depending upon what one is into. No judgment from me. All right, I'm going to begin with the Animal Tarot and the 10 of Winter. The end of a career path, project, or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a higher future awaits, a brighter future awaits, and higher too, I guess. Opening to Major Arcana card number 9, the Hermit, representing the sign of Virgo, perhaps another earth sign, which would go with our opening message about reaping what we've sown. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on the path toward spiritual enlightenment. So obviously the Hermit is about enlightenment, and maybe into a struggle in that area where, you know, we've been trying to get some kind of clarity, and it just, we haven't been attuned, or it hasn't been available to us. But now is a better opportunity, especially now while we're being still, while we're patiently allowing what we've sown to reap, and we're being still, we might come into that clarity. Yep, I'm shuffling weird. 4 of Autumn, about maybe giving too much of oneself or withholding. Can have to do with money too. 9 of Autumn, where as it relates to couples, it is a thriving relationship, but this can also represent, you know, like singlehood, somebody being alone, and that's fine. Actually, this will be our second 9 of Autumn, because the Hermit is kind of a 9 of Autumn. It's an earth sign. It represents earth sign. It's Major Arcana card number 9. As this is a 9 and representing earth signs as well, earth sign energy. Your success has brought you financial security and the reward of much deserved time off to enjoy your own company. You may suddenly have a brilliant idea for a business or a self-employment opportunity that will be very successful. Something else can just be successful in getting to know yourself better, period. And that's going to help you to come into enlightenment about what you're looking for, what you want, what you don't want, and how to better deal with other people. Once we know how to love ourselves properly, we can extend it to others. and not either give too much or too little of ourselves. Oh my. My thumb doesn't work. 3 of Autumn. Your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Okay, that works for relationships too. So your most satisfying and profitable relationship comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. The 3 of Autumn, it can have something to do with a party of 3, possibly a love triangle. But more importantly, it's about abundance that is earned. So even in the area of relationships, we put in the work. We're reaping what we've sown. Abundance that is earned. Oh, my man. And back where I started with the 10 of Winter. The end of a career path, project, or relationship can bring feelings of mixed joy and sadness. Like you knew you had to get rid of that, woman or dude you were dealing with. You knew you had to. It was not working. It was toxic. Maybe they were trying to get over on you. Maybe you were trying to get over on them. And now you realize after going within and, looking at what you've been, looking at your behavior, that wasn't cool. Whatever the case is, you knew it had to be over. So now that it is, there was some good times too, though. It's like you can miss those and, sort of mourn that, the ending of that, and be sad about that, but also be happy that you finally severed the connection too. Put aside your fears about these changes, like getting to know somebody else. We have sometimes fear of starting a new relationship or putting ourselves back out there and all that kind of stuff. Let go of that, says the animal tarot, the angels, and trust instead that a brighter future awaits. Three of Autumn. Cut. And it's the 6th of Summer. The love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. Sometimes it's things from our childhood that hold us back or that propel us forward. Something is triggered and, we have a memory and we're motivated to start something new or to call somebody we haven't spoken to in a long time. And maybe, that sparks a relationship or whatever. That can be what the 6th of Summer is about. It could be about dealing with things, issues and fears that we've developed. Fear of abandonment, fear of commitment, and things that we've developed growing up or in our lives too. And again, that 9 of Autumn, as well as the Hermit, another 9 of Autumn, will give us an opportunity and a means to come to understand those things about ourselves a little better so that we can have better relationships with other people. Overall energy is Major Arcana card, the World. Did I mention that the 6 of Summer or 6 of Cups can also be about a soulmate relationships, past life relationship? I'm not sure that I did. It can be. Major Arcana card number 21 is a number 3. This can have something to do with a party of 3 yet again, possibly a love triangle. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you've set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated life's lessons. And that has, life offered you those lessons with grace and courage, and that's how you handle them as well. So. Divine Feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. About himself and the union. Overall. What the masculine would have the feminine to do toward the union this week, what he himself is willing to. As it relates to love. What the universe would have the 2 what efforts toward the union, and the outcome. Divine Feminine. 7 of Spring, warrior spirit. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. The 7 of Spring, yeah, it's about that warrior spirit. You know, nobody can talk you out of what it is you want or who it is you want or a decision you've made. They can't sway you. You're going to stick to your guns. The masculine about the feminine this week. 3 of Spring. Okay, this can be positive. I mean, it can mean that she's part of a love triangle with him, whether she knows it or not. But also, this is a card of creativity and abundance. So it's about wanting to co-create an abundant life with the feminine. It's about wanting to co-create an abundant relationship full of passion with the feminine. Stop to take time to review and make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all of your accomplishments, but you may also need some patience for the next phase to play out. So this connects with what our opening message as well. And again, that patiently waiting for our seeds to be sown and reaped. Masculine about himself. Princess of Winter. This is the Page of Swords. Logical, truthful, curious, and undiplomatic. The Princess of Winter. This is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. The Princess of Winter is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, someone likened to those traits or attributes. Maybe younger than you as well, or at least more youthful. I do feel the masculine has something to say with this card. And it may just come out like a word vomit. Like, bleh, I just had to get that out. And it may be connected to the fact that you're part of a love triangle. Or that there is or has been some other third energy in the way. Because I heard possibly his mother too. I mean, if mother or love triangle doesn't resonate, it's a third energy about which he needs to tell you or wants to tell you. And it may just, again, be blurted out. And so let me read this again, because I think this is going to be important. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, because that's going to be helpful information. That's going to bring you enlightenment, that enlightenment that you seek, clarity. You didn't know this was going on. You didn't know what was holding him back, what was, what his deal was. He's going to let you know. So it's helpful information, but it may be put to you bluntly. Again, but there it is. Accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. So we want to give him room to be able to talk to us about these things, even if we are put off or even hurt by them. We want to give him the opportunity to speak and to get these words out. About the union, from the masculine perspective, focus upon the fact that God loves you and always has the highest of intentions for you. A positive outlook makes it easier to recover from life's difficulties. So again, like tough information, hurtful information, maybe even hurtful information that's helpful. It's difficulty. a positive thinking about the fact that you are then enlightened again, helping you to move forward one way or another. Those sort of thoughts will help you to get through the situation so that you can move onward and upward. Thinking negatively, oh, woe is me, will help you to manifest more reasons to feel woe. The 5 of summer is about pessimism and doubt and feelings of loss when you really haven't. It's really, for me, I don't like the energy that I get from this card, because I just feel like somebody really obnoxious and unappreciative, selfish, really. Like not counting their blessings, not being thankful for the love that does surround them, just going on about what they don't have, or how things didn't work for them, or how they doubt, that they're going to prosper, speaking and thinking negativity over their own lives and maybe over yours too, as a coupling. Keep that away from me. Overall, the King of Spring, who may be connected to this third energy. Okay, this could be the mother or the other party that's involved in the threesome. The King of Spring is inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. It's also, of course, a representation of the divine masculine in the tarot. And this can be his energy as part of this party of 3 as well. Now's your moment to step up to a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused upon the big picture. The King of Spring is a Leo, like this lion here, Sagittarius, Aries, or maybe even Scorpio, which is co-ruled. I talked about co-creating and partnerships of 3, co-ruled by Mars, the red planet. What would the masculine have the feminine do toward the union this week? Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. When I give you this information, don't just fly off the handle. Remember, don't be bothered by the messenger. Like, give me a moment. Give him a moment. And then thoroughly think things through before you make a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a resolution, but meditation and prayer will bring you the answers you seek. What is he willing to put forth this week? The Empress. Time to hop into action. Fire cards are action cards for me, cards of movement, wands. Use your natural creativity. Remember, co-creating. Use that creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. So he is willing to be an active, taking action, participant in this co-creation that he desires with the feminine this week. And maybe a brand new start at it. The Empress represents the signs of Taurus. So back to earth energy and reaping what we've sown. Libra. Fairness. Balance. It's 50-50. Each of us, like the die said, each of us putting in effort. A fair and liberal amount of effort, right? That's what the scales of balance are all about. Libra and Gemini, because it represents the planet Venus. She is the Empress, and she rules those 3 signs. He's also willing to start anew, which is positive. And And perhaps this time with a more positive third energy as well. And that would be like the creator. Threes represent creation, the creator. Single threes. Multiple threes represent the ascended masters, but they could be along too. It could say I'm holding a space for the ascended masters, and then one for me and one for you. And that's the three on this new path. What will the universe have the two to do this week? Strength. We've seen two. I was going to say we've seen two lines. They're next to each other too. Strength. Major Arcana card number 11. Strength. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. I think feminine, this is really speaking to us. It's crossing this Princess of Winter, where we're going to, again, have to be open and allow the masculine some compassion and let him get his words out. And then maybe even some forgiveness, because we might not like what he says. And it might have something to do also with a baby, a child. We started with the Six of Cups. That can be about a child. And now the Empress here crossing this news. Pages bring news. This can be news of a child too. Something that you didn't know about a child. So you'll need that ability to forgive and to show compassion even at a difficult moment. You have tremendous personal power and courage. Strength, like the King of Spring, which that it sits next to, again represents the sign of Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and perhaps even Scorpio. And the outcome. The moon, still stuff that we don't necessarily know. It's important, however, to trust your intuition and to still be willing to take action or make a decision. That's taking action too. Even if you don't know everything that's going on, the universe has yet to reveal everything. It's still counting on you to have faith and to still be willing to take the leap. It's important that you trust your intuition, even if you're unsure of what's happening. All will be revealed soon. So worry is unnecessary. I have a feeling we're going to see the sun in this spread too. But I also want to point out, this is, I think, our fourth three. Our overall energy, again, is the World. When I picked this up, also up right behind it is the Magician. Major Arcana card number 1. Guiding us to, one, when we see ones, we're supposed to pay attention to our thoughts and our words. Again, that we're speaking and putting out into the universe, speaking and putting over our own lives. They should be positive. That's going to help us through the situation. But the World is a 3. We had the 3 of Autumn a couple of times. That's 2. Here's the 3 of Spring. That's 3. Here's the Empress. That's 4 threes thus far. 4 threes equals 12 equals 3 yet again. So there, this week, something definitely going on for many of us having to do with a third energy. I'm going to go now to the Angel Tarot, beginning with the 2 of Water, 2 of Cups. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. So it can be the conflict that we were just looking at, depending upon how it plays out in, you know, anybody's individual life. Opening now to the 2 of Earth. Too much going on at once. There's a need to make a decision. This can be speaking maybe directly to the feminine, which she had that decision to make with the 4 of Swords. Consider a more playful approach. So lighthearted, again, compassionate, open to forgiving, open to listening. The 2 of Earth, unfortunately for me, can also be about what I call deja vu from hell. That's what I'm like, unfortunately, because I just feel like I'm like a hamster on a wheel, round, same bullshit again. Here we go. And it has always very much reminded me of Rihanna's song "Take a Bow," and particularly the line where she says, Ooh, this looks like a rerun. What else is on? You know, like I enough of this. I'm not interested in this again. This same scenario. So it can have something to do with that. Also, for some of us, it can be about the need to make time for work and play, for home life, and maybe career life, for balance. Period, in whatever area we need it. But opposite the Two of Water, in balance, and equality in some sort of relationship. And since this is the love reading, I'm going to say a romantic one, or one with the potential to be romantic. Two of Water. And opening to the Dreamer, Major Arcana card 0. It's the Fool, traditionally in the tarot. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. That leads to unexpected opportunities. In this deck in particular, this card represents for me the planet Mercury, ruler of Gemini and Virgo. Virgo also has been for months the third energy, for the most part, that comes up for me with that 3 of Earth or Autumn Pentacles. It has primarily been the sign of Virgo as opposed to maybe Capricorn or Taurus, but could be those two, of course. Dreamer. And another Moon. Important psychic insights. Events behind the scenes. Release fears that hold you back. The Moon represents the sign of Pisces. It could be another water sign too. And for me, if it's not Pisces, then Cancer, more likely than Scorpio, because Earth's moon rules the sign of Cancer. But of course, it can have to do with Scorpio too. More importantly, again, it's about the need to pay attention to our intuition and to take the leap of faith if we've been guided to take one, regardless of whether we have every little piece of information or not. And to trust the universe or God or whatever it is or whomever it is you believe that you're to move forward yourself. Right? That that intuition that you heard, the message in your gut, trust that and go ahead and take the leap. Dreamer. And the 9 of Air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. This is about manifesting negativity into your life. So when you feel this, you want to shake this off and remember number 1. Remember the magician. Nope. I've got to think and speak positive things over my life, or I'm going to bring this into it. And I don't want to do that. And Justice. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. Major Arcana card number 8, Justice, represents the sign of Libra, or perhaps another air sign. Dreamer. And one more. It's another King of Fire. He is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, 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 and communicate with vision. Be a leader. Maybe take advice from someone creative if you get that opportunity. Perhaps the Divine Feminine with whom you want to co-create. The King of Fire, again, is a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or perhaps a Scorpio. Oh my, that was a disaster. I'm going to cut. Luckily, I like to cut in so many, and then I shuffle more too, so we can make sure these are good and mixed up. 4 of Earth again too. Being too frivolous or too cautious with money, but not only money, with yourself as well, like I spoke of. Giving too much of yourself, or holding too much of yourself away and back. Also, it can be about good business decisions. So maybe what's good for you in a relationship in this case. And also giving to the less fortunate. So being charitable, showing compassion again to others. And it's another 5 too, this time of Earth as our overall energy, unfortunately. Fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. As it relates to relationships, for me, again, I spoke of fear of abandonment, fear of commitment. That's what this card represents. just fear of lack in a relationship. Fear of, this one is going to suck just like the one I was in before. And bringing that baggage from your childhood, perhaps, Six of Cups again. Bringing that baggage from the past, from some other negative experience into your present experiences. This is warning us against doing that. Crowning the masculine, the Nine of Air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies and sleepless nights. Notice the theme of air with him this week, though. He's afraid of whatever it is he has to get out of his mouth. Whatever it is, whatever truth he needs to speak, he's worried about what the repercussions are going to be. He's surrounded by unity, or the Hierophant. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Unity, the Hierophant, can be about, again, exactly that, with whom and what we surround ourselves, our environment. The need to make some adjustments sometimes. Sometimes we got people around us that, don't mean us well. Sometimes at one point they did mean us well and we meant them well, but we just don't jive anymore. We don't vibe anymore. We're not on the same frequency, and it's just time to make an adjustment. The Hierophant can also be about commitment, maybe even marriage, higher institutions, signing papers, documents. It represents the sign of Taurus, or perhaps another earth sign. And again, can be connected to that reaping what we've sown, maybe, from our opening message. At the root, for the masculine, the Seven of Water. Some more Pisces energy. I told you the moon represents the sign of Pisces too. A complex decision. The need to do research. Stop procrastinating. There's like options here that he's thinking about. Choices maybe that he could possibly make. This can be having to do with dreaming, whether asleep or awake, daydreaming, fantasizing, overthinking maybe and worrying, but not actually taking action or making a decision. So he's guided to stop procrastinating and to get to what he has to do. But remember in the other spread, he said he was willing to take action this week. So let's see if he keeps his word. Crowning the feminine, release or death. Major Arcana card, Death, which represents the sign of Scorpio, or perhaps another water sign. The end of a phase or situation. Spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. So that can mean the end of a relationship altogether, but it doesn't have to mean that. It just means the end of our relationship, or a part of it, a phase of it, an end of it existing as it did. We're letting go of that and we're starting fresh. So a new way, a new facet of this relationship is going to be born. And that can be representative of the Empress card that was here before too. That new beginning, something being born. Because something died. Like with every ending, there's a new beginning. The feminine is surrounded by, very nice, the Ace of Water. Here's the new beginning. Here's the death. Here's the new beginning. Awesome. Falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship. Spiritual growth and enhanced intuition. Maybe even a new home. And the Hierophant can represent a home too. This could be a new relationship specifically with a Scorpio. Or the water sign, perhaps. Or a renewed relationship with one, a reconciliation. In the feminine subconscious, It's the same card that he saw us as this week in the spread from the perspective of the masculine that we just looked at, and the masculine as it relates to the feminine, 3 of fire. Well, 3 of fire is in our subconscious, so we're aware of the same energy too, or we're on the same wavelength in this regard. Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. So it can be that simple, you know, that we're just thinking about. We're waiting. We're in that patient period where we're waiting to reap what we've sown. We're just waiting for our ship to come in and bring in that 4th wand so that we have, you know, 4, and then we have a stable foundation. It can be that. Again, there may be a 3rd energy involved, but we also talked about the 3rd energy representing the divine too. And an ace of water would be a divine, like, new blessing that's being bestowed upon you. Crowning. The Fool is back, the dreamer. Again, representing the signs of Gemini and Virgo. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. That leads to unexpected opportunities. This is about walking a brand new path. Brand new path. Brand new relationship, commitment, something here that we never had before. The old version died. Or the old way we dealt with one another died. This is the brand new one. At the root. Nice. The Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture or relationship, and important documents or contracts. Didn't I say this could be documents or contracts that you're signing? Maybe for the new home, maybe to get married, maybe to get divorced from a bad situation. Something is dying. That's why you're having sleepless nights. But something will begin anew. You'll get something anew if you let go of the old thing. All possibilities. At the heart of the matter, the 7 of air. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. The 7 of air is a card of, can be a card of risk. So that might be why it's sitting here underneath the Fool from, you know, from a positive perspective. I don't have all the information. I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm being risky. Can be that. 7 of air can also be about thievery. And that may be why it's causing worry too. Somebody trying to take something from you. Somebody trying to prevent you from prospering in some way. Trying to throw a monkey wrench in your game, basically. That can be this 3rd person, this 3rd energy, where it doesn't relate to the divine, right? Again, for some, it could have to do with divorce or the end of a relationship. And so that is like taking something too. And maybe you do have to split assets, like a house or something. Masculine. I'm going to further clarify these with the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels. Beginning with engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Opening to this could be the one you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Engagement and getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Getting to know each other. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Chemistry and trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Trust. I'm going to cut. And I'm back to engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And that can be another meaning for the 3 of Earth too. I think I mentioned that it was abundance earned, but it's about promotion, raise, elevation. So that's ascension. or it can be ascension. And where we experience that in a divine way, so again, with the divine being that third energy that's involved, and the way that they're involved is that they're elevating us, they're promoting us, they're giving us a raise, they're, we're receiving some sort of accolades and acknowledgement for our efforts. Where that happens above, it manifests in some way below, down here too. Very nice. The overall energy this week is soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And very positive. I just heard that the masculine, what he wants to blurt out, can be about the new start too. He's nervous. Maybe, oh, okay, maybe that's why they're telling me, because the 9 of air is here and the Hierophant is here. He could be nervous about proposing some sort of commitment to you or something. Maybe proposing, period. That just started with the energy of engagement. Somebody could be getting married. That would certainly be a divine, new beginning. Okay, atop that 9 of air, otherwise, is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So you're guided to chill out, masculine, and to, to stop the worry. Even if it seems like things are taking longer than you would have hoped or had, there's a third energy at work, and it's the divine. Atop the Hierophant, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And that's a good place for it to be. Atop the Hierophant, that's nice. Atop the 7 of water, which again can be about choices, maybe fantasizing, stuff like that, is what? Let your friends help you. Maybe these are the other people. They're represented by the other cups, maybe our friends. Ask for and accept support from others. Allow somebody to hand you their cup, to hand you their help, their assistance. For me, those people tend to be angels, but guess what? Some of you, again, are getting married. True love, sitting here atop the Hierophant. It is a couple in wedding attire. Okay, it's like ancient Roman wedding attire, but wedding attire nonetheless. Underneath it, with this, let your friends help you, is this bride with her like ladies in waiting, her bridal party. So that can be too. You seeking people to be a part of your celebration. Even if it's not an actual wedding, some sort of celebration, recognition, accolades for your efforts and for, the two of you, what you co-create and coming together. Also for me, this tends to be like the ascended masters, the angels. Those are my friends. That's on who I call, and from where I accept help. For the feminine, atop death, codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. There is something onto which we are holding, feminine, or someone onto which we are holding, that we are guided to let that thing or that person go. Even if we're worried, but this is the person I believe is my soulmate or my quote unquote twin flame or whatever it is. Sometimes even them, we are guided to let go. And remember, the leap of faith is sitting here next to it. So if that's what you're being guided to do, that's what you're meant to do. And stop trying to hold on to him or them or it, whatever it is. I'm also hearing substance abuse and codependency, and absolutely have to do with that. Some of us are to allow right now, this week, death to whatever substance it is that we're messing with. We're drinking, we're smoking, we wanted to quit, and we said we wanted to quit, we haven't. No judgment for me, because I was a smoker for years. I'm just using that example, and I know how it is. But we've said it, we haven't actually done it. Some sort of drugs or whatever, we've said it, we haven't actually done it. Even sex, and it's here crossing, or mirroring rather, the 7 of Cups, which can be about one night stands for me too. So that can be a codependency. Maybe we're who's married, and that's where justice comes in. That showed up a couple times, Libra, that energy of Libra. And, we got to let go of a toxic, relationship, a marriage that doesn't work anymore. Any person, place, or thing to which we are married that is unhealthy is what we have to let go. So that we can, again, have a new beginning. So where it's, again, who you believe to be your divine partner, and you're like, but I can't, end things with them. Again, it's a phase. It's a version of the relationship and a version of yourself that is dying. Not everything completely. Something will be restored to you, and it'll be better. It'll be a divine blessing with the Ace of Water. Like that T.I. song, the old me is dead and gone, but T.I.'s still alive. You know what I mean? That's what it's like. Atop the Ace of Water. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And we have more of this earth energy and another couple in wedding attire. So again, some of you guys are running off, even if it's not literal marriage. We also landed on engagement twice. Even if it's not actual marriage or actual getting engaged, it's something that's worthy of being celebrated. This Ace of Water. And it's going to bring us great, emotional joy. Atop the Three of Fire. Keep an open mind. Maybe it's a threesome. Keep an open mind. I'm kidding. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. But yeah, be willing to explore your own passions at least. You don't have to necessarily explore other people's. Atop the Dreamer. Deception. Someone's wearing a false self mask in this relationship, and it is whomever the someone is who's afraid to take the leap of faith, right? That it sits atop the Fool here, atop the Dreamer, which is about taking that leap of faith, without having to know everything and be everything to everyone, like none of that is necessary. Just jump. Someone's wearing a false self mask in this relationship, and it is, again, whomever is keeping themselves up at night, overanalyzing, overthinking. Very easily could be a Gemini or a Virgo, both ruled by Mercury, and could be all in their minds with this sitting here next to the Fool. But could of course be any zodiac represented by the masculine, taking on this kind of air energy, as he was in the spread that he designed for himself. His higher self designed for himself. He was the page of air there. Page of air represents the sign of Gemini for me. Right, the more youthful of the air element would be the page, Gemini. That's who it is. It's the masculine. It's the feminine, who is afraid to let go of something or someone. So she's afraid to take the leap of faith too. And she's holding on to. She's fighting the universe. She's fighting the universe, and she's lying to herself, deceiving herself if she thinks she's going to win that battle. So that's what the deception card is about there. At the root, atop the Ace of Earth. Very nice. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. You know what the red flags are? This Three of Fire right here. What is it cautioning you of? Don't blow it. That's what it's saying. It's saying, hold on. You've only got one more stake that you need to put in the ground. Your ships are coming in. You got 3 stakes already in the ground. You just need one more to have a solid foundation, right, on which to build. And speaking of build, it can have something to do, again, with the actual house. The Ace of Earth can be about an asset, crossing the Hierophant, or a new relationship, a marriage, all of those things. At the heart of the matter, atop the 7 of air and potential risk. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So again, you're going to want to take on the energy of a Gemini, or maybe even a Virgo, both of which are mutable signs, the younger, more youthful, or Pisces, right? Pisces too, or even Sagittarius, the red. All right. Masculine. Further to that. Ooh, perfect for you. The 10 of winter. The end of a career path, project, or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future awaits. I told you, some of you are going to be single. Some of you are ending a relationship. There is a divorce of some sort. Even if there's not an actual marriage, there's a split and maybe even a sharing of assets again. And that, I mean, it's okay to mourn that old relationship or that old situation that you were in. For some of you, again, I said I felt that your mother was the third energy, and that's what it is. Like, you're leaving her, and you're not necessarily ending a relationship with your mother, but maybe you're leaving her house and you're moving in, you know, on your own or with your mate or something. And so it can be joy about that new beginning that you're about to, you know, embark upon, but also sadness, leaving your childhood home, your old room, you know, what's going to happen to it. But for those of us who are, you know, getting divorced or ending up, you know, some sort of cohabitation situation or something there too. Same thing. It's okay to mourn that relationship. At the same time, it's already to say, you know, glad I got the fuck out of there. You know, that they're both fine. It's okay to say, man, you know, we had some good times. I thought we were going to go the long haul. Kind of disappointed that, you know, we didn't make it. But shit, I'm relieved too, because I couldn't take another day of that. You know, all of those emotions are quite all right. What is most important is that you put aside any fear, again, just as the Fool guides you to do, and as the Moon guided you to do. The Moon that showed up in this reading twice. Put aside any fear about the changes and trust that what's coming is a brighter future. Is Ace of Earth, is Ace of Cups. Okay. Feminine for us from the Animal Tarot. The Four of Autumn is also back. You see all these cards are doing the repeat. Be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you're spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building up walls that keep people out. So this is another reminder to be open and open-minded and compassionate too. To not only other people, but yourself. All right? And don't withhold yourself, because you miss out on your blessings. You'll miss out on your blessings. But don't, you know, give all of yourself away without, you know, without some sort of guarantee, or it's a feeling of guarantee that you're going to be restored, replenished. Like, don't give all, you know, yourself away to somebody who's going to treat it like the Five of Cups, right? And be an appreciative of it and, you know, take it for granted. We're seeking balance. From the angels to the masculine. Nine of Earth. Told you some of y'all are going to be single, and that's okay. You're happy here. You're getting to like you, to love you. You're enjoying spending time with you. And you've got, you know, like, you're okay financially too to do it right now. You can afford to go down to the bar, maybe watch the playoffs, spend some time with you, doing what you like. Again, as it relates to couples, the Nine of Earth is a good card too. It does denote longevity and a healthy relationship that's to come for you. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment are all things that tend to come when we see the Nine of Earth as well. Feminine, the world is also back. Again, another party of three, potentially, a love triangle, potentially. Maybe we're being eased out of it by the universe so that it can ease us into something far more better. This Ace of Water. A job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude in the path toward enlightenment. Well, haven't I been talking about enlightenment ever since we began this reading and saw the Hermit? Right? So we're coming into some sort of clarity and understanding this week. And that's going to help us to be eased out of some phase or situation or circumstance and move on to something better and healthier. And from the romance angels to the masculine, healing family issues. I know I kept feeling somebody's mother, but this can have to do with a wife too, or husband, you know, again, from whom you are parting, or with whom you are parting, whatever it is. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but it's not just your parents. Any and everybody who is so impactful upon your life that you cannot move forward with said life, and in particular, your love life. You need to fix that. You need to repair it if you're interested in repairing it, and that's possible, or to walk away, to leave your mother's home, or to leave, you know, the place that you share with your partner. And, you know, don't be afraid to move on to singlehood. And, you know, getting to know the new you. And feminine. For us, just be positive. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Hope that you guys enjoy the love reading and find it helpful. Namaste, angels.